What up, Dokkaners? Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Should you or should you not summon on the New Year's Dokkan Festival Step-Up Summon? Should you summon on the New Year's Legendary Summon Carnival Step-Up Summon? The answer is no, but also a little bit of a yes. I first have dropped both of my summon videos for each of these on the channel, so make sure you guys watch those, check those out. The reason why I recommend you guys watch them is because sometimes you might get the fix when it comes to summoning just by watching somebody else summon. I know that some of you guys have told me in my live stream comments that you live vicariously through my summons, meaning you sort of get that summoning itch taken care of by watching me summon, either getting a whole bunch of good units or getting shafted. Recently, you got kind of shafted, so maybe that was enough to deter you from summoning on the Daima Goku and the Godario banner. And for the same reason why some of you probably skipped the Daima banners, that's the same reason that I would argue you should not be summoning on the step-up banners. Now, this is an unfortunate new reality that global players are going to have to deal with, because normally what I would recommend people, especially those of you who don't summon on every single banner, is that the anniversary, the worldwide celebration, and the New Year step-ups would be the best places to go. The anniversary and the worldwide banners would be the best number overall because they give you the newest characters, the strongest characters, the newest mechanics, the ones that really have a major impact on the rest of the year. Whereas the New Year step up is sort of a way to catch up on some of the characters that you might have missed. Granted, the lineup doesn't factor in that year, but if you continue at that sort of pace where you are skipping the majority of the banners, summoning the major ones, and then not really summoning much else, the step up holds more value. And then of course, new players get to benefit from these banners because there is a lot of value potentially to get on these summons. How this works is basically, for each section, you pay an increasingly high amount of stones, but they're sectioned off into little subsections. And so what they do is for 20 Dragon Stones, you get a 9th character that is a banner unit, and then the 10th character is a super EZA. For step 2, the 10th character is one of these category leads that has an Extreme Z Awakening. For step 3, you have more category leads, with some of them having Extreme Z... No, none of them. For the third one, you have a new section of Dokkan Festival category leads, with one of them being the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who might potentially become a very valuable unit in about a month for the 10th anniversary when we get the LR 7th year Super Saiyan 4 EZAs. This guy might suddenly become the best running mate you could possibly have for that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So that's why they're kind of taking exception by pointing him out here. Step 4, you would get another set of Dokkan Festival categories, no EZAs, but you have one of these to choose from, 7 each so far. And then for the last and final step, probably the most enticing looking, just looking at the picture, because Tech UI is coming back for the first time, you have an opportunity to pull any one of these characters out of 5. So for the 5th and final step, it is a 1 out of 5 chance that you pull any one of these guys. Most of you are probably eyeballing the UI Goku. That is the spread. You can do this up to 3 times. So for one full round, you are spending 200 Dragon Stones for 5 multis. That is objectively a good deal when compared to the normal price. When you factor in the fact that you are going to be doing this 3 times at most, that would be 600 Dragon Stones for an opportunity to pull 15 of the featured characters and then whatever else you pull along the way. Is that a good deal? Objectively speaking, yes. But again, it's the timing. Global now has to deal with this new fact where the step-ups happen right before the anniversary. And that unfortunately means the step-up is no longer going to be a viable option for those of you who are not whales. Newer players, while normally I would say it's okay to do this, with the 10th anniversary bringing what is going to be the most memorable, the most epic, the most groundbreaking, earth-shattering celebration ever, I don't think it is worth spending 600 Dragon Stones for these characters, even if that means you are able to get access to, 5 different leaders throughout this first round. I don't think it's worth it. I will, however, say you should absolutely do the 20 Dragonstone summon, the first step. I think the first step, and some would argue maybe even the second step, could be worth it. For 20 Dragonstones, you are getting 1 multi, and in that 1 multi, you are guaranteed 2 characters. The 9th slot character is going to be one of the banner units, and then the 10th slot is a super EZA. Beerus, Frieza, Broly, Goku Black, Kid Buu, Gotenks, Super Saiyan 3, Goku. None of these super EZAs are amiss. Now, I will admit that again, during the 10th anniversary, some of these characters might become a little bit less viable, but still, all of the super EZAs have performed very well upon initial release, and they have all not disappointed. And for 20 Dragon Stones, getting 2 guaranteed characters in a 10-unit multi is a friggin' steal. So if you do have the capacity to do this summon, I'd recommend that you do. If you want to go as far as the second step, you can, because the second step actually has a pretty decent cast of characters. One of the best starting characters in the entire game, Ultimate Gohan. If you're brand new to Dokkan, an opportunity to pull this guy might be worth it. For 50 Dragon Stones, you are doing 2 multis and 3 guaranteed characters. This is a decent unit. Also, the Super Saiyan Goten Trunks, one of the best TURs in the game right now. All of these EZAs are honestly very good. I would say probably the worst one would be Videl, just because of her category, flexibility, and all that stuff. But otherwise, actually, you know what? Broly's kind of outclassed as well. Besides that, though, all these other characters are decent leaders. They have decent abilities. They could be worth investing in. So I would personally say, as far as step 2 is okay. I would not recommend in good conscience for you guys to go further than that, because it's not something that I would recommend. Again, go watch my summons. In my first run through of this, I got a character here. In the second run through, I got the exact same character. While the 20% odds is definitely better than what you normally get for a tech UI summon, it's going to come at a great price. You're going to have to spend 150 stones each way through to do that. I don't think that's worth it, because even if tech UI is good, even if you manage to pull tech UI, you only have 1 copy of the dude, and you are not going to have additional chances to pull him in this same way. After you do all 3 steps of this, all 3 rounds of this, it then goes into a regular mosh pit summon format where you are going to be vying for that 1 character out of 20, 30, however many. It's not worth it. So I personally feel that you can stop at step 1 or step 2 in some cases, but no further than that. When we look at the Carnival side, it's an absolute joke. It's just not worth it. Step 1, you're guaranteed on the 10th slot, a banner unit. So starting out with just terrible 1 banner unit, no extra incentive here. So as far as the 2 banners are concerned, the Dokkan Festival is better for so many reasons. But this right here is kind of the nail in the coffin. Step 2, LRs that can be Extreme Z Awakened. I feel like they did a major mistake here by not giving you access to some of the older LRs in the first step. None of the older LRs have received Super EZAs yet, but eventually they will, because Dokkan Festivals and LRs at the moment are the characters that they're considering for Super EZAs. We've already seen some LR Super EZAs with like the Prime Battle, Super Saiyan Goku, and did we get something else? I don't remember, but this could have been a great opportunity for them to throw us some older characters from this one. Sort of the same reason why, a couple of reasons why this first step is so good. These characters are also old, and what's good about this, by the way, is right now, as of me recording this, I still have not yet used my special blue stone or my special red stone. I am cutting it very close to the deadline, and I'm constantly sprinkling in these reminders in other videos so that you guys are aware. But as we get closer, if you decide to ultimately cave and just pick up whatever characters you want, if you do decide to summon on the New Year's step up and you do that step number 1, you could pull one of the characters that you were inevitably considering pulling through your red stones. So let's say you were trying to go for, you wanted to buy the Kid Buu package, right? But you do your summon and you manage to come away with the Kid Buu through this for 20 Dragon Stones. Well, now your red stone suddenly just became better because you can spend it on somebody else. Maybe the Broly. Maybe you managed to pull, you know, Kid Buu and Frieza, but you didn't get Broly or Beerus. You can buy 1 Broly, you can buy 1 Beerus, and you can buy somebody else. So that would also be a good reason to do that summon. Back to this though. Let me go back and check out the Carnival one. So step 1, doo-doo. Step 2, doo-doo. This is the cast of characters for step 2. Nappa Vegeta, Goku Black Rose, what is it, Baby Vegeta, God Goku, KFC, Beerus and Whis, Super Saiyan Goku. I will admit, you can pull some unfeatured LRs. I did during my summons. Didn't make it any better. Step 3, Omega Shenron makes an appearance. This is Omega Shenron's 2nd return on any sort of banner recently, so he would be someone that some of you might be after, but when you consider the category being trash, he's not a must-have right now. The only one, in my opinion, in the bunch that is a must-have would be Bulma. Bulma's been around quite a bit, so I don't think Bulma is worth going 3 steps in just to summon, for a chance to pull a copy of Bulma. It's a 1 out of 7 to pull her in the middle bracket. Not worth it. Step 4, more LRs. I would say this one collectively is better than everything else, because you got 3 Universe Survival Saga LRs. You've got the Broly Trio EZA from 9th anniversary, UI Goku EZA from 9th anniversary Countdown. These 2 are older, not as coveted, but still, overall, good set of talent right here in the 4th bracket. And then the final one, they've got Jiren, they've got Cell Max, they've got the Ginyu Force, and they've got Ribrianne and Gohan. 5 characters in the final slot, meaning you have a 20% chance to pull any one of them. Does that mean it's worth summoning for? I'm sure some of you guys might consider doing it just for the Cell Max, but once again, consider, is it worth spending 150 Dragonstones for a chance? Actually, is it worth spending 200 Dragonstones for a chance to potentially pull maybe 1 copy of Cell Max in the final slot? It's not, considering what's coming up. I will say out of the 2, I would say Cell Max is the better choice. Honestly, all of these picks are really good, including Gohan, but I would say Gohan's probably the weakest among them. I think even Ribrianne Trio is pretty decent for a Universe Revolve Saga team. Ginyu is great for the Ginyu Force. And yeah, these characters are okay, but again, at great expense, you're going to have to get there. And I don't think that's worth it. So out of the 2, if you have to make a decision, I would personally suggest go for the Dokkan Festival one. If you do decide to do some summons, I would say use Restraint. And also consider this, the dates. Both of these summons start now, but they end right before the anniversary begins. Where are the dates? They're down here. The anniversary starts a day after this, basically. Actually, this is ending for me right before it becomes the 29th, the day of the anniversary. So maybe in a couple of weeks, I would say at that point, if you want to consider summoning, you should, because at that point, we will have Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour. We will have the fan meetup. We will have the JP and the global version of this fan meetup. And there, they will be revealing what the theme is going to be for the upcoming anniversary. There will be a live stream. There will be reactions. There will be even previews for the characters. So at that point, then maybe you can go back in and you can summon if you want. If you don't just want to do step 1, but you want to maybe do step 3, 4, you know, all that stuff, be my guest. But at least at that point, you know why you're doing it. Because right now, for all we know, anniversary is going to be Saiyan Saga. Which of these characters are must-haves for a Saiyan Saga? I don't know. None of them. I don't know. So, yeah, waiting would be good. And I don't think there's anything else to really mention other than just go watch my summon video. I discuss all of these things. I probably mentioned a few more things during those summons because I was kind of just going through it at the time. And yeah, that would be probably all I can tell you. So for now, I would say wait and see. I will probably be doing a special stone video coming up either today or tomorrow. I'm just really praying that we get some sort of news because we do have some EZAs coming up. And maybe if those super EZAs that are coming up have something to do with some of the characters that are featured on that first step in the Dokkan Festival banner, that might be even more reason to throw in some summons. So we'll see. We'll see. But for now, I would say don't summon. But if you do want to summon, I would say do step 1 on the Dokkan Festival one. And if you have to choose between the 2, go for the Dokkan Festival one. But again, this is just my opinion. If you don't want to listen to my opinions, that is completely fine. Do what you got to do. Nobody's forcing you to summon or not summon. You do what you want, buddy. The way to enjoy the game is to do what you want. If you would enjoy the game more by summoning, then do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Either way, I love you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the summon or not summon discussion for the step-up characters, the step-up banners. As a global player, are you happy or sad by this new revelation that step-ups are going to be considered basically traps before the anniversary? And if so, are you summoning or are you not summoning? How far are you going? Do you have anything additional to share to those people who might be on the fence? Those of you who are on the fence, do check the comments down below because people do provide some very useful tips. Shout out to all of you tunes who do that in my videos. Love you guys. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly. Happy New Year.